it's Amanda. Welcome to my channel. So I have read over 30 books this month, which is insane. I do listen to a lot of audiobooks if given the choice at double speed, sometimes 2.5. It just depends on if I'm using Libby or if I'm using something else. But it's always at least 2 times the speed, so that does help a lot. But of course, this is, as you could tell by the title, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. These are the best books and the best and the worst books of the month that I have read. And single-handedly, the best book that I have read this month was Baby Teeth. The audiobook was so creepy and it was so good. My friend Brandy and I, we do a live show just about every week, every Friday, and that was the book of the month. So I'm so glad that that was the book of the month. I know that I've been hearing about that book for so long. It was just, it's like Damien's little sister. Maybe even worse than Damien. This child was horrendous and creepy and too smart for her age. Way too smart for her age, and she hated her mother. Oh my goodness. If you have not read that, I highly recommend you guys reading that one. That one was really and truly the best. That really sticks in my mind, and I read that towards the beginning of the month. So it stuck with me all month. So yeah, definitely give it a read. I also not finished really, but I did read some series. I ended up reading all the rest of the Charlie Davidson series, which I ended up loving. They range from pretty much 3 to 4 stars for me. I'm not sure if I ended up giving any of them 5 stars or not. Maybe I did, but you'll have to check on Goodreads. So if you're not following me, definitely follow me on Goodreads. I really liked it. I have the very last book on hold at the library, so I'm patiently waiting so I could just finish off that series. And of course, I ended up reading some of the Dark Hunter series here by Sherilyn Kenyon. Whoa! It's just, yeah, again, I dropped stuff. So I ended up reading 6 of her books, and you know, I've got books like Seize the Night and Upon the Midnight Clear, Dream Chaser, things like that. So there are 2 things that I could tell you about this series for sure. One of the things is you could read these books out of order. So it doesn't really follow one central storyline. The only issue that I have, which is the second thing, the only issue that I have with this series so far, and after reading 6 of these books this month, and I did read a couple early on, is that each story has pretty much the same plot. You've got the bad guy, whether it be a Daemon, a Dark Hunter, or whatever, and he's not supposed to love, he doesn't have feelings, or he had his heart broken hundreds of years ago, or whatever the case may be. For some reason, he can't find love, and he wants love, and it's instant love with the person that he finds, and you know, that's all well and good, but it gets a little repetitive, I think. It's good if you want a romance and a little bit of smut. You definitely want to go ahead and dive into these. But, you know, I have a lot of the series. So one thing that I could say is I don't really quite understand what the hype is about. Maybe it's my fault because I did read a lot of these back to back to back. But I don't know. I don't know. But overall, they're good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's repetitive. I feel like if you've read one, you've pretty much read them all. So that's just my opinion. Take it for what it is, I guess. And I will definitely go back to reading some at a later time, because I do want to go ahead and finish off the series. So what started me wanting to read my Sherilyn Kenyon books is I read The Main Event, and that was by Shelley Lawrenston, and that was recommended to me by my friend Tara, and I loved it. I did give it 4 stars, and so I was like, do I want to continue on with this series right now, or do I want to read Sherilyn Kenyon? I want to read some Sherilyn Kenyon. So, you know, I don't know if that's going to be as repetitive as the other. I really don't know, but I really did enjoy the first book in the series of that one. Now, on the opposite side, I did go ahead and listen to 99 Days by Katie Cotugno, and I gave that one 2 stars. I did not like that book, and it's a shame because I have the sequel in my TBR for The Owls, and it's just, it was not good. This girl, she got herself into the mess that she is. I mean, she keeps on trading off from brothers. Like a few years ago, she went ahead and she was with one of the brothers for years, and then she slept with his brother, and then she was shamed and basically forced out. She went to college, whatever. She comes back, and then she gets with the other brother, and then the other brother ends up realizing that he still loves her, and so then, you know, she goes behind his, but it's a big mess. It's very immature, and I really didn't like it. I love YA. I really do love YA, but that one was a bit much, and I wouldn't consider that YA because there is some smut in there a little bit, but you know, I don't know. I just didn't like it. It really kind of just rubbed me the wrong way because she tried to play the victim, and to me, she wasn't the victim. She was the one that was going back and forth between the brothers, and yeah, so I was not happy with that. Another book that I read that I actually gave 5 stars to was For Better and Worse by Margot Hunt. I loved this book. I mean, I had a little bit of issue with this book. It kind of sat with me a little bit wrong just because of personal experience, and it's not about what you think, but you know, this is really an emotional read for me, and but I highly recommend it. My mom even read it and she loved it, so yeah, I highly recommend it. It's about this couple, and they have a child, and the child's principal gets in trouble for molesting a bunch of kids, and they find out that their kid was also molested, and it goes downhill from there. But it's really, really a good read. I wish I would have read this sooner. This was one of the books that I ended up getting for review from NetGalley and completely forgot about it and bought it. So, you know, it is what it is, and I believe I actually listened to that one on audio. So, you know, go figure. I had it in 3 different formats. So, yeah, but I highly recommend that one. The Girl, what is it? What is that one called? The Girl from the Sea by Shalini Boland. I love that book. That was one of the books that I ended up getting for review also, and I gave that one 4 stars. It's about a girl who goes ahead and washes up from the sea, and she has no memory about what happened. She doesn't know who she is. She remembers absolutely nothing, and she finds herself pretty much in the middle of nowhere. She doesn't know what she's doing. It's a really good book, and I did not expect the ending that it had. And the same goes for Hunting Annabelle. I loved that book as well. It's about a boy who is schizophrenic, and he ends up going on a date with a girl, and he tells people that she was kidnapped. He saw it with his own eyes, and the ending is not what you would expect at all. I absolutely loved it and gave that one 4 stars. One of the worst books that I read is Vampire Hearts, and that one was by Katie M. John. It's book 1 of the Bathory Academy. That one was horrible. It felt like a middle schooler wrote it. It had a really great plot to it. You know, it was kind of like Vampire meets Hogwarts, and you know, it had a lot of potential, but the writing was just so bad. And I did end up finishing it, but it was really hard to because the writing was terrible. It really was. And I'm not picky whenever it comes to books, but that one was just not good. I'm hoping that it improves in the future, but I don't think I'm going to go back to that series. I really don't. I don't have any more of the books. I don't know if there is more of the books. I'm not interested at at this point. So that is the best and the worst books of the month. I tried to include the ones that were not in readathons because, you know, I went ahead and discussed those at my wrap-ups. If you guys want me to go ahead and still talk about those in this video, just let me know, and I will do my best to remember. I know that I'm doing a lot of readathons next month, so definitely watch out for those. Let me know if you guys still want me to do a wrap-up, even though I will be talking about all the books that I read at the end of the readathons. I think I'm doing 3 of them next month, so just let me know in the comments. I'm exhausted. It's been a really long day, so I do want to go ahead and end this video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely let me know what your worst book was of the month, because I want to know what to avoid. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!